Hey everyone, C2X Senpai here. So in the last video, I just showed you how to install AwakeBleach using the City Impactor method and iTunes method. So if you're ever wanting to play with me, I'm on America's 13 server in which you can choose after you log into Facebook. At the bottom right, you should see the choose server. Go to America's 13 and you should be able to join. In this game, there's a lot of stuff to go through. It's a very huge. In order for you to be top, it's gonna be pay to win. Right now, since it's pretty slow, you have a chance of getting to the top of new servers at least without having to top up. Since, like I said, like I described in the last video, it's the app developer is having a hard time bringing it back. So, I at least wanted to make this video to show you how the gameplay is before you even do it, and so at least you know what to expect. So here's your main screen. Um, First things first is at the top. We'll start with the top left. So you have your my VIP level, which is VIP 8, in which you get different benefits. So I'll show you the benefits whenever you top up. Oh, I don't even know what to check VIP privileges. So it's VIP 0 privilege. Those are what you get, and then you top up $1, and these are what you get, which isn't bad, you know. You at least want the auto fight. No, you really don't need the auto fights, but um, topping up at least even $1, it gets you a free Byakuya. What's $1, you know? But I can understand if you don't have it. Then you have VIP 2, unlock refresh Magatamas and Urahara stories. As you can see, the numbers change since they're highlighted in green and what you increases. And here you get costumes. I'll show you that in a bit. So. And then you have the name, the level, and how much experience you have currently, and also how much you need to level up. And then you have your power, which is minus 669,145. This is all your characters. So with the 3 icons at the bottom, this is my privilege, in which I had bought for, I think it's a top-up thing. I forgot what it was. I think it's a monthly. And then you have my Earth Hot Spring effect and my Celestial Hot Spring effect, and it tells you when it ends, and it tells you the buffs that you gain. I'll show you that as well. So click on the character icon at the top. Brings up your list of characters. What rank? As you can see, the green ones are the ones I don't have. But if you ever want to know what they do, just tap on the arrow, tap to preview, and you can see exactly what that character does. The cooldown cost is at the bottom right with the reopen cost. And each character reopen cost differs as well. And as you can see, there's gonna be more characters added. But anyways, so here's my Ichigo Kurosaki. Here is something I did not notice until maybe Bankai level. When you first start off with the Ichigo, you start him off with how he was in the beginning of the anime / manga, which was his furry sword. I call it furry sword because I had like that fur. And so I didn't even notice that when you evolve him, his appearance changed, and I didn't even notice it. He went into his Shikai state, and then when I think I made him purple, I believe he went into his Bankai state, which I thought was really neat, you know. I know when I was playing the Chinese version that I was wondering, you know, what are the other versions of the espadas, you know, because they were all in the normal forms, and I didn't see it in any more releases. So let me talk through the skills, which is your character skills. It has the rank, which is rank 10 right now. His growth rate is 1.98. And then you see power up breakthrough. This is what happens whenever you rank them up. And you have the rank up requirement, which is a Soulstone. So I have 70, but I need 185 more. Plus, I have 168 of the Hogoku Shard 3s out of 210. I'm almost there. And so, if you need to know how to attain them, just tap on it, and it'll tell you exactly where to go. So, but there's something that you should know when doing this. Is that so clicking on chapter 2 episode 3 takes me exactly to where it is. It's already 3 started, I can mop up. And basically what the mop up is basically quick runs through it. And at the bottom right, you could run next to mop up 10 times, which I think you unlock at a level, or maybe VIP. You have the tickets, and that's how many times you can mop up. But at the top of it, I have 4,690 stamina out of 160. I usually stack it, and I'll tell you why in a bit. The Magatamas, I don't think you really have to worry about it right now. That's your premium accessory. And you have your ratings. I already have all stars here, which is, you get 3 stars for each one, which is complete. This one is complete level. I have to, my remaining HP has to be above 80%. And of course, you have your clearance time, which has to be, I guess, greater than 60 seconds? I don't know how that works. I just do it and that's it. And then of course it tells you rewards, and whenever you first do it, there's first time rewards. And so of course you get your reissue, and then you get Ichigo shards. But I wouldn't recommend doing it this way because of the fact that within the characters you also gotta enhance the weapons, and every 10 levels you get a new skill, or Keto training skill, I guess you could call it. And I get this one at level 70, but in order for me to even unlock it, we'll take Rukia's case. I can't get this one unless I have 12 of these. And then of course it tells me where to get it. But at least in this case, I could get Rukia's shards as well to rank her up. The only problem is that getting the weapons for the weapon breakthrough it's really, they rarely come in through the mop-ups, or whenever you quick run it through. They're very rare drops, but I'll tell you how I usually do it. That's another screen. So we'll take Orihime for example. So these are her current. The top one, which is right now, which is her current one, are her skills, and I'll show you what breakthrough actually means. Breakthrough actually means an evolvation when the skill actually evolves. So that's her normal one. And then when I rank her up, it gets a breakthrough, which means it changes. Either it may be a big change or might be a slight big change. At least in this case, she goes into her Moonlight costume, and then of course you see a slight change. Now this is the breakthrough skill that I got when I made her rank 9, so this is the skill I currently have. But when I make her rank 10, it changes. And then of course her last one, I don't think she'll do it. It moves it forward, but it still pushes them back, which is good, you know? And healers in this game can be OP. Orihime can be like an OP healer when you first start off. And so for the next screen we have a Keto training, which is you can level them up. Each time you level up, you could level up almost all of them. So our characters, this works. So if you have Orihime with Ichigo with Rukia, all of those characters gain 70 to 100 HP. And of course, he has an upgrading consumer, which is 6,000 ratio, which is at the top, which you really should not worry about it because they later on they come in so easily that you really shouldn't have to worry about it. And then you have, of course, your Magatamas. And if you ever do run out of skill points, you could buy 10 skill points for 20. They refresh. I think a full refresh of 20 is like an hour. But I think the whole, like a single refresh is like maybe 5 minutes. And of course each skill tells you which one that she gets. And of course you have your weapon level, and all characters gain 4 defense, but of course when you stack it, they increases more and more. And then you have your required level and then weapon level. At least on the 90% grants all friendly units with 5% HP every 5 seconds. At least that one, I think I still have to break through it. And then you have your connections, which as you can see, that's my current connection. The way I'm doing my characters is I'm evolving them at a steady pace so that all of them remain the same because of my connections, and I believe they all stack, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so it's not just because you gotta use all 4. You can't really use all 4 since it's only 3. And this one I still need Ryuji, and when I tap on her, it tells me exactly where to get them. So these are all the characters I have, and then of course you have the ones that are locked. Now if they are locked, you can actually preview the skills. So we'll go with the god of Bleach himself. I almost said his name. So if you ever wanted to, of course, tap it on the left. It tells you where you could get him. You have different options. So on 33, I need 120. But if I ever want to see his skills, just tap on the arrow, tap to preview, and of course it has a description at the bottom with the cooldown and the real clock. So that's this one. So you have your Uruhara store where you can buy stuff, using Reishi and your Magatamas. Let's start with the store levels. So when you first start off, you have normal stuff. So in order for you to get a level 2 store, you at least have to be level 35, and it tells you exactly what items go into the store that you can purchase. So getting to level 3 store, I have to be 45. I can unlock to buy those character shards. Level 4, I can buy those stuff as well. And so right now, since it's Sunday morning, I guess you could call it the day for the Sunday. Every time so if you see on the bottom left, it has an hour and 50 or not an hour, a minute and 50 seconds until the store refresh. Whenever he does it, all the items that come onto the screen are 50% off. But when you refresh it, which is either by using 5 Magatamas or you have tickets, they become 8.5%, which you kind of may want to save for when these days come for that stuff. Preferably for the Hogoku Shard 3s if you're not 65. And that's for breaking through your characters if you're close to doing it. Buying stuff to here isn't really necessary for what I believe, but I still buy stuff that I may be lacking. So at the top of the so next we have Soul Search. There's something there you could do. So you have your Rekongai search, which is a regular search which usually costs Reishi. You get a free one every 10 minutes and you get 10 of them a day, or you could do a discount of 10 and doing 10 search grants character shards. And as here it says tap to view the characters that you get when doing like 10, but those are the shards. And then you have your premium one to search for free. And I already have them. So if you get a character, it basically converts to shards. So I have 57, I have 55. And it refreshes every day, or you could do a discount search of 2,592. Very so often, that price actually decreases to like maybe 15, and I usually draw those, but I mean I don't have any Magatama. So when you tap on it, those are all the characters that you can get. These are also the shards that you can get as well. But whenever you do a 10 or you get a free one, there's a chance where you get one of these characters. Can I actually evolve them? Well, I need the purple Hogokus. So then you have your female association. Now guys, calm down for what you're about to see. So these are all, most of these some of these you can unlock by unlocking the character themselves or by meeting a certain requirement within it. So for Retsu, acquaintance condition, I have to unlock the character. You have your assist skill, which is 3-4 and then 1-4. And the way this works is that you basically go on dates. Okay, I'm saying dates. Okay, it's not really an actual date. But what it does is that it gives you boost to every character that you use, and increases your total power. And of course, with the same thing, you gotta consume, and it tells you exactly where you could buy or where you could obtain that stuff. Now then, since Ruruka is Bae to me, at the bottom right, you see it has a date option and it has a costume. And it lets you preview every costume that you get, and it also has an increased effect whenever you collect 6 costumes. So collect 6 costumes to increase the data effects by 50%. This data effect. Okay. So as you can, if you can see, I need 5 of these to unlock her view set costume, and need 10 of those to get her. Okay, and it still tells you exactly where you can get them, and it shows you a preview of what they will look like, basically. Swimsuit, gotta love it. Purposes. And I think Momo had different costumes. So at least with Momo, I can unlock her that stuff by doing chapter 5, but there's really no point. See, and if you want, you can switch between costumes that you already unlocked. Like you actually do, for example, since I have a different one, and when you go back, and she changes, and she stays in that costume. And then of course you have your setup skill. So, oh my god. So the way these setup skills work is that each level up whenever you have um, the characters for that skill. And so for the Let Me Protect You, it's level 2, and the character gains 10% HP regen for 7 seconds and 10% attack and defense for 5 seconds. And it tells you how to unlock them, or how to unlock that specific skill. So of course I need red too, and tapping on it you can actually see a preview of what it does. And then you have, it's my fault, so tapping on the magnifying glass, it says, you know, it'll basically show you what it does on screen. I think the people, I do like fireworks show, but I've been using It's My Fault to decrease their defense and attack for 5 seconds, but it's mostly the defense and the fact that they silence, and when you silence them, they can't use any of their skills. I think that should be it. Oh no, there is one thing. So right here at the bottom, it kind of says dated today. You can only date them 3 times a day. You kind of want to maximize them out, because I do think you do get a buff. You do get big buffs and they all stack, you know. So I mean at the bottom left you see boost in total. So 699 attack, 502 defense, 25,000 HP, and 2,000 end. So you have your chat, which is world. Topping up to a certain top up will get you unlimited talking. You have your division and you have a private, which you talk to your friends. Division is basically the whole guild of the system in a sense. So exclamation mark on Urahara, all of them refresh. I kind of want to buy those Gokus. Okay, done. I usually only buy 3 because when you buy 3 they go up in number. And then you have your friends. I don't really add anybody because I just mostly talk to them on here. Yeah, that or because I'm lonely. It's one of the two. You have your inventory, which is your soul surge, your enhancements for the weapons, your ingredients, of which I'll talk to you about, the costumes for the girls, and others, which is others. See, like this, I don't even need it since I already topped up and I have unlimited chat. So if you so this is for like, you can use this to oh, honestly I should have used that. So of course tapping on them tells you exactly where you can get them, and we'll talk about the food. You have your achievements on exactly what what you do. You get that menu. Better get to head captain. So here you have your division. I was worshipped 19 times because I'm that good. And so you had your most of these settings. So here you have your division level. Your division settings you can't really adjust unless you're the owner of it. And since our division is level 3, that's basically, you have your AP, which is your contribution to the division, which is doing your daily tasks. You have your personal AP, which is the max you can get within a day, max members, and so on and so on. Then when you get to level 4, it goes up on what you can do and contribute plus your member level. And when you get to level 6, you unlock a division war, which is, I don't know what it is, but I can't wait till we get to that. And then here you have your clan, your divisions. And since I'm the captain, since I'm the one who made the division, these are all, of course I have to be the captain. You have the lieutenant, third seat, blah 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 blah. Team motto, the bottom at the left, you have your division AP for the day, your personal one, worship today, one. I can only worship like once. The only thing I hate about this is that you could, worshipping only works for your level or higher. I mean, if I was a member, I could worship, I think maybe the 10th season higher, but I can only do it once. Then you have the division tech, which is for the captains, and which basically tells you how much you need to level up, which is the current tech points, which you do by data contributions. You have your lucky bags, which anybody can do. Tapping. Okay. I couldn't do it, so I'm already like a VIP 8, so I can do it if I want. So it costs 950 Magatama, this refreshes daily. offers 75 stamina, 500 contribution, 50 division XP, and 1000 tech points. You can also earn 5 stamina for each player to claim your bag within 12 hours. I don't have enough, so I'm not gonna bother. Then of course at the bottom you have it where you can unlock the other ones. You can check to see who claimed it and how much they gained from it. How many people claimed it, which is progress 1010, and then remaining time. I don't have to worry about that since everybody claimed it. Your dailies. I can't really do the enhancements since I already maxed them all out. Your cuisines, your plunders, these are all dailies that refresh. Special training is how you could, like, I guess in a sense, break through them. So I'll show you an example. You have your HP, it increases your HP character on your HP of that specific character. Your stamina, which is the end. The end, in a sense, in this game is your guard, which is I will show you whenever I do it. But this is to make sure that you're able to take more guard damage so that it doesn't break and you can't dash and you can't guard against yourself. And then of course you do attack and defense, yada yada yada. The numbers on the far left that you can see increases each time you level up little by little. So at the bottom right, you have your decoys, which you can use, which I'll show you right now. And each one costs 180,000 radiation. So since I'm working on Yamamoto, as you can see, he's not really all the way since I just barely got him. So I will click on HP, and it already deducts 180,000 from it. I can do a quick special one, and it tells you, because always decoy for you, so make sure you get the max amount every time. And if you ever run out of decoys, I will use your Magatamas. So I'll confirm it, did it by itself, used everything. It's and I will click end. And this time, yeah, this is for people who don't top up. Just so you have to try to avoid the bombs. So if you did hit a bomb, you can use a decoy to keep going, or you can use another bomb and finish it off. Click end. Now when you top up, you have you can do the quick special training, which is 180, which costs a whole lot. I don't know how much it is, and it does it 10 times, trying to get the best amount of results. I see. It tells you how much you gain and how many bombs you triggered. And that's basically all that for that one. You have your Shinigami R&D Institute. These are the stars that you get for completing quest, and it tells you can only consume 5 to level up 1. And so when I get 2 more stars, I'll get 2600 HP boost, and as you can see the numbers here, that's how much I've already gotten so far. I can't really start it. And then you have your cuisine, which so the way this is that this gives you reishi and stamina, but in order for you to do it, you have to have the ingredients at the top. And it has your cook level, and then you cook an XP each time you do it. And it saves 3 chances, which is good. So like if you're asleep or busy, and you can't get to it, at least it stacks up to 3 times. So at the left here, since so season kebab in 2 hours and 49 minutes, I'm able to get another chance to cook. So if you can see, it has a 20% chance to grant the I can't believe best quality. And here, of course, I don't know why I said CTA. It's clear that whatever interval time, these are my times, so. Oh shit, I'm tired. So yeah, that's the time another chance is available. And at the bottom left, you can see a special offer. So in order to obtain that, my total power has to be 800,000. The way you can determine that is by going back to the home screen at the top left. Mine's at 669,514 currently. So when I hit 800,000, I'll get, it looks like 1,600,000 radiation, 270 stamina. And so of course you know which ones what's good about it is, since I can't do this one since I need these soft lamps, I need 4 of them, but I only have 1. Can't do it, but since this one's highlighted, it basically tells me I can. Now, as you can see, on the chance it goes up to 24%. That's because whenever you level up, the chances increase, and it keeps getting higher and higher. And I'll show you why it says the best quality. So we'll cook it, and guys, calm down from what you're about to see. So basically I'm cooking that. It's all automated. I can't really fast forward it. And so at the bottom is just all that it doesn't go through. That's your quality meter. You always get one always fills up no matter what. If I can get the second one, that'll be good. Come on, yes. Okay, so I got 2, and I'll show you how you I'll show you in a bit. So at the top it says 2 goods. Eating effect will be increased to 120%. And if I get 3, it's basically doubled. And of course I get 96 stamina, 84,000 ration, and 960 cooking experience. And so 96 and then 84,000. So regularly I would have got 80 stamina and 70,000 ration. So I mean it stacks up and it builds the more and more you're able to, the more cooking you do. So this is the latest one. I don't know if it increases later on. But moving on. So here at the top you have your VIP daily benefits where you top up, or these are the benefits, and they all stack. So with VIP 1, I get 50,000 ratio with 5 sweep tickets a day. But if I get 2, it adds another 50,000 with another 5. And then it adds and adds and adds and adds and adds. You have your events, which has these are all different. It changes from time to time. The top up for this game is ridiculous, so I try not to do it. But if you do top up, there's always stuff. Try to keep up for the events and what it is. Doing the top up for even $1 gives you a free Byakuya, so there's that. You have your rankings, which is you have your strongest one, which is your whole team in general. You have a powerful level, which is your level, and then you have your character ranking, which is you have to have the best character in the game, or the strongest character power-wise, with that certain character to get these rewards. And then if you have a ranking store for it, and then these all change every now and then as well. These store changes change every day. You have your system, which has all your stuff, yada yada yada, stuff like that. Your check-ins, which is 30 days or 31 days, whatever it is. Doing VIP a certain time, VIP 15, I get double the rewards, so I get 2 instead of 1. This changes every month. You have mail that you should get like daily depending on the stuff. You have the top-ups. On these right here, it's a top-up ×2 every year for your first time only. And then it tells you strategy. I don't really look at the strategy, it's not really that helpful. Moving on to the next screen. A pretty long video. So here you can see the other players in the game. You can attack magnifying glass to see their player name, combat, their total power, their level, and their VIP level. To add them, you can add them to a blacklist where they can't contact you no more. And then you can also start a chat. You can see the characters, but you can't see their total stuff though. Oh my god. Sorry. So Pocket Spring, which is actually the animated Bleach, actually is on YouTube. You have your tap to enter, and so hot spring effects, and then you have your celestial one. And so each day it changes. I would pick once more, but I don't want to waste it. So the fate encounters, the way this works is that they each have every day the reward resets from either character shards to weapons for a certain character. So at the bottom right, it costs 1 ticket to go in. You can buy these as far as I know, except only from the Urahara shop, and I have 192. And click on the question mark basically tells you I can do it 10 times, but I don't want to since I already did it. I already did this one as well. The effects stack, I think, as well. So actually, it's just a variation of it that actually goes through. You have your challenges, which is your arena. You could change which ones you face by on the bottom left, at the top right, on the top left. You have your rank, you have the best rank, and then you have the team power, which is the team that you're currently using. But the only thing I hate about it is you can't change your team unless you actually go into a fight. Like you can't change it up without going into one. And then you have the current rank rewards, which is what you get at the end of the day, and then of course it has the results available. This is my defense record. It says you can face the units they use, the formation as well. And then you have your arena store. I just need like what 12 just to purchase 5 more Yamamotos. That's fucking crap. Same thing as usual compared to the other stores, except for the arena exclusive sometimes, which is Yamamoto and Shinigami Ishin, with the levels as well. Then you have the characters you can face. You have your change team, which you can set up. You know, choosing different characters, the lines, the formations, stuff like that. Like that. Freaking has Dangai. Even though his team power is like less than mine, his Dangai literally spams the Magetsu. Literally wipes me out. You know what? I'll show you an example.
3, 2, 1.
So his Byakuya is in the middle, his Byakuya is right. The way the first one starts apparently, or the way the front character goes, no, watch, he's gonna do it again, I guarantee you. There's my Ichigo doing his. See, like a 5-second freaking recharge before he can do it again, but within that it's like already over. So yeah, Dangai. And you have your soul trials. You could sweep to a certain level, I think, by topping up as well. You face different characters. You have your trial store. I'm saving up for Toshido. For some reason, I just he's there as well. I don't need those. Of course, items refresh, yada yada yada. You know your normal stuff. Beating each 3 levels gives you like good rewards. Sometimes you even get like a really good reward. So it's best to try to complete it. Refreshes daily. You have exploration. So mine just got done, and I got treasure. I got 20. Oh, I got 20 Rengeku shards. Ooh, and I got a Soy Fawn short set. I don't even have Soy Fawn, but you know what's good. And I got 100 Monotama. So the way this works is you want to send, try to send your units to where. Son of a bitch, just went up. It's gonna make it harder. But each character can only go once, and you can do a random selection. It tells you the power, the time used is 15 minutes, and then you have your treasure hunt chances, which means you get that bonus, which I did. The first one was just normal ones, just for completing it, and then the treasure hunt that I got after, which was where I got the 20 Rengeku shards with costumes, was what the bonus that I got from it, which is changes depending on who you get. Or who you use. And my chance didn't even go up at all, but it doesn't even matter. It goes each time you complete it, you get that extra treasure loot. It increases the difficulty, so you kind of want to keep constant on all your characters for that. You have your Duel of Fate, which is really good for getting character shards, and not Raishi, Asuchi Souls and Hogukus. I don't know why I call them Hogukus. You can do this certain number of times a day. Topping up, of course, gives you more chances. If you fight them, you can set up 2 assistants. You ever planned with sharks like a certain time of the day where you could get more arena points? This one's like automated in a sense. It's the same thing. You have a purgatory. Oh crap! I didn't show you. So on the left of it, you can see where it's I can only use control ultimate specific characters. And so I have on the bottom right, I have 3. I can only afford 3 losses. On my 3rd loss, that's it. I'm done. If I don't make it to the end, that's it. So I'll show you an example. So these are all the ultimate and control characters. These are all the characters I can use specifically, but I can make my own team. You know, have your own team. It's all automated on this one. I almost have 100,000. Yes. Sorry. It's like kind of like an arena, but with different rewards yielded. I only have 2 minutes to defeat him. If not, I lose. It can't take a lot for me. I let him play up there. Is my Byakuya gonna activate his bunker? How long is his mission doing it? I could've killed him anyway. Yes! That's mine! No! I thought it was plugged in. So I have one win. It says win streak, but you don't really need a streak to get the best rewards. So the treasure chest, these are basically what you get for if you get all 10. They stack, by the way. Honestly, they stack. So getting all the way to the end, of course, is the best. You can't win. Sometimes you won't be able to win all of them. So I mean, just try to keep making your teams better and better. Memory path is where you, when you unlock this, I swear, pulling in Reishi is freaking easy pie. So right now, I'm on the 13th floor, but I already ran it through like maybe 3 times already, maybe, to get this far. So my daily reward is 36 Magatama, 13 decoys, and 1,365,000 Reishi. And this, of course, this refreshes every day. I have 8 more chances to ascend the floor, but I can't beat this Ryusan. So one thing I did not tell anyone, that I probably should have, is that you have your support at the bottom left. Click on the character, it gives you the support power, plus when my HP is 80%, I recover 5 Ryoku plus defense plus 612, yada yada yada. These all differ character to character. Increasing that specific one yields better results, and it may increase so right now it says 6 seconds, but maybe increasing it by leveling him up more and breakthroughing him, it can maybe increase for 7 seconds, 8 seconds, or reducing the defense by the character I hit, it will last longer. I'll show an example. Like, this gets really, really hard. See, so he's 72,675. I really have no chance. So I'll show you some replay. At the bottom right, you have the skills. And then you have the assist skill, which I'll use right now. And then of course, like the shield, of course, is the block. And yes. Yes. I swear if I win this. And I won't if I keep missing. See, it's like right there, I might just do it. You see at the bottom, under my thing, it basically tells all the debuffs and stuff I have on all of the buffs. Already dead. Yeah. Getting reset on this one is just way too OP. Like, it's stack on stack with ignoring defense, like stuff like that is just really, really. I'm just gonna say it's a bitch to deal with. I believe that's everything. So going to store mode, you have the normal, your elite, stuff like that. You can easily switch. You can only unlock the elite mode for that specific chapter when you complete that specific chapter. Try to get your max stars is what I recommend. Because of course it helps in that. So this is what I'm currently at. But not because I did it. I'm not even gonna worry about it. So I can collect items and shards here, but doing it on normal is not recommended at all. You want to do elite because they drop more frequently and stuff. I gotta. I'll do that. I don't know if I can do that. See, so at least I could get Genryu's sword here instead of using the medals on if I only getting 2. And at least try to make it this far, I guess, for now, and try to get 3-star on this, so at least you can get these, because these are for like rank 10 and higher, like, oof, you're gonna need a lot. And so, my best method for farming this stuff is saving all your stamina. Since today is Sunday, so whenever it resets, which tomorrow will be Monday, the drop rate will increase, will double. The Reishi stays the same, I believe, and the XP you receive is the same. But say if I was to like mop this up like 10 times, and instead of getting only one of these, it would actually give me two, and so forth and so forth. And also getting Gimli's sword, which is um really hard to get on these, even on Elite. So if I get one, if I at least get a drop, I'll at least have two. So I recommend, me personally, I recommend saving them. Last time I've been doing it, I've been like leveling up 2 times a day because I have so much stamina stat. Um, and just farming on that double drop because it actually helps a lot. So yeah, that's basically it. Remember, guys, it's basically the breakdown of AwakeBleach. If you want to play with me, I'm on Americans 13. Um, Find me right there, C2X Senpai. I don't know if you could. Let's see, friends, add friend. Okay, so you can input my name right there and add me, and this of course I could add you to division. I usually pick people who aren't active because I mean kind of don't want an active people. The way the whole rating system works for the guilds on who's on top is basically just your the amount of AP your guild puts in it for a 3-day expansion. That's it. Like it's not total power. It's not who has the most members. It's about how much contribution you do your as a day. So you can't really determine who's a better guild just by the battle power because of that. So yeah, I'm not just on here, guys. Hope y'all enjoy the game. If not, um, it's it's like once you finish your daily stuff, there's not much to do for right now unless the app comes back into the app store, then we'll have more stuff. Because and if not, you know what? Here, I'll show y'all. If you want to know what's upcoming, there's a YouTube channel for y'all to check out. Okay. I don't know where his YouTube is at. Oh yeah, okay, I found it. So, if you want to know what's upcoming, or if you want at least like I don't know what's yeah. So if you want to know what's I really suck at this stuff. Bear with me, if you will. Um, there's a search them up on YouTube. B Blaster Gaming. That's Blaster. That's all one word space gaming. He's been doing. I don't know if it's a he, but I'm just gonna. Or he/she has been doing kind of daily videos on it, short videos, but at least he's showing what he goes through a day, or just some new content for y'all. So the Chinese version, so at least what y'all could expect and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope y'all guys like the video. Like, subscribe. I will, like I said, I will try to be back on Bleach Brave Souls. I'm still playing, but I'll explain my situation as to why I stopped uploading videos in another video. Maybe today or maybe later tomorrow. But yeah, hope y'all guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much. Peace.